Hello everyone! Welcome back to the channel. It's Lyric from Lovely Lyric Games, and welcome to our introduction of the Laasko family. I apologize if I'm not pronouncing it right. So this, obviously, we have a single sim and a cat, and this is one of the families in the Whispering Willow apartment complex. So I built the shell. I spent forever. Oh, ignore the missing frame. I'll fix that later. I spent so long because I was trying to do something kind of inspired by like what apartment buildings kind of look like by me, but like slightly nicer apartments. I want to lean into brick, but I want some siding, and I knew I wanted some public, like outdoorsy space, like for the apartments to share. Communal, that's what I'm looking for. Communal outdoor space for the tenants to share. We are across from the townhomes that I'm blanking on the name. And we're just in this I believe this is Foundry Cove. We have our two other houses built, and we have 6 units in this apartment. So we have units on the top floor, the middle, and then the main area. So when you walk in, there's a little mailbox, there's a little couch, there's this little maintenance room for these appliances. I know these came from for rent, but I don't know much about the gameplay behind them, as I've really just been trying to focus on how to build better, like, community living lots. There is a shared gym space, so we have a couple workout machines, and a boxing thing, although it would be really fun to actually, I'm gonna come in here. I want to add, I think they added weights in the new pack, which would be super fun if we could throw some of those down in here too. Although I'm not really sure how much room they would take up. I can't imagine like a set of weights would take up that much room. But also, I am not a gym goer, so power stack free weights. If you see the swatch thing, that is from Better Build Buy. Okay. Oh yeah, we could still put that down. Oh, look at that, guys. And now we also have the weights. And we have a hallway, the staircase up. This is our Sims apartment, which I'll give a more in-depth tour later. And then out the back here, we have a little communal grill, picnic table, a bonfire area, a couple lounge chairs, and a small pool. And then also they can go fishing here if they want, but that's off the lot technically, so I have no control over that. So our main Sim is Essie. She is a single Sim. She is living on her own. My kind of like theory is like, this is her first apartment after college. She's a big girl. She's living on her own, trying to make it big, see what life leads her. And I believe actually with her, so I really love learning about different names from different cultures. And I love like reading through lists of names from different cultures and different backgrounds. And I knew that I was really interested in maybe making a Finnish sim. And so I made her names are Finnish. Again, apologies if I mispronounce anything. Because I don't think I'm Finnish. I can't say for sure definitively for reasons, but I don't think. So why don't we jump right on in and look at her traits and show you her outfits. And then what we can do is we'll tour her little apartment, and then that will be that. So she's in her swimsuit, obviously, and you can see she does have a little tattoo. I loved the custom tattoos when they came out. Oh my god, y'all have no idea how happy that made me. I'm going to tuck my face away real quick so I can show you her traits, her likes, her dislikes, all that good stuff. Okay, everyone, so this is our main Sim of this household. Her name is Essie Laasko, I believe is how it's said. She has the outdoor enthusiast aspiration. She is a bookworm, romantically reserved, and adventurous. She has a collector bonus trait. For her likes and dislikes for activities, she likes baking, gardening, skiing, and writing, and she dislikes pottery, nectar making, and mischief. For colors, she loves gray, pink, and white, and isn't a big fan of blue or purple. Conversation topics, she likes affection, deception, small talk, and stories, and she doesn't like discussing hobbies, flirtation, or malicious interactions. For decor, she likes contemporary and island and patio, and she doesn't like industrial or basics. For fashion, she likes boho, polished, hipster, and she's not a huge fan of preppy or streetwear. For sim characteristics, Essie likes artsy, homebody, nature enthusiast, pet enthusiast, and romance enthusiast, but she's not a huge fan of optimistic sims, high energy sims, emotional decision makers, egotistical sims. For music, Essie likes to listen to romance, world, and singer-songwriter music, and she's not a huge fan of new age or focus music. In terms of romantic preferences, are turned on and turns off for way of life. Turn-ons include academic, career-minded, health and sports, nature, self-employed, and wealthy sims, and she's turned off to performer, interpersonal, drink-making, culinary, and broke sims. For characteristics, she's turned on to artistic, hardworking, homebody, nature enthusiast, pet enthusiast, and spirited sims, and she is not interested in optimistic, high-energy, funny, egotistical, or argumentative sims. Romance styles, she likes affection and physical intimacy, and she doesn't like woohoo. Hair color, she likes blonde, brown, and green hair. She's not a huge fan of red or pink. Or hot pink, pardon me. For outfits, she's attracted to black, red, and white clothes, but she really isn't into gray or purple clothes. And for fashion, she likes boho, hipster, outdoorsy, and preppy, but she's not into country fashion, rocker fashion, or streetwear fashion. My god. Alright. So for Essie, one last thing to note is I do have her settings set to be asexual. She's not super interested in woohoo with anyone, but she is romantically attracted to both male and female sims, and her gender settings are all the same, and obviously there's no household relationships because it's just our lead lady here. And I think she's super cute. I was really trying to go for like kind of a classy, refined businesswoman, but still giving young. Like I said, this is her, like, for her, I feel like Essie's really in her transitional period. So, like, she's in her first job out of college. She is living on her own for the first time. She's a little scared, which is so normal and valid. And so that's kind of the energy I was working to capture. And I also just think she's, like, really sweet. She's, like, I imagine she's a little more quiet, but she just seems like such a sweet girl. And I just think she's so pretty. And I do love this hair from high school years. It's something I find that's like harder to use. Like, this isn't a hair I could put on any sim, but I feel like it really works with her facial features. She does have some makeup on. She has these cute little bow earrings, this little necklace. I'm a big fan of this top and these pants, and I just kind of gave her a little wedge. And then for her nails, because I'm a nail girl, guys, like, we gotta talk about the nails. We have a little French tip. So this is one of her everyday outfits. This is another everyday outfit. This is her third everyday outfit. And this is her fourth everyday outfit. So I was kind of going for like young businesswoman, but like still kind of a little more casual here and there. For formal, I think she puts her hair up in this cute little bun. She looks a little more grown up, a little more sophisticated here, which is kind of my goal. She wears this beautiful rose gold watch. And she has this, I really like the high neck on this dress. I think it's super cute. So this is her, like, so for me, I think, like, this is, like, a black tie formal. This is, like, a formal. And then outfit 3, I usually do more as, like, a cocktail. So this is, like, more of a, like, it's formal. You need to dress nice, but you don't need, like, super, super fancy. And then this is slightly more cocktail, more fun. And I don't know, she's giving businesswoman, she's giving entrepreneur, and I love that. For her athletic wear, I gave her this matching black and white fit with the shoes. I thought that was super cute. I'm not a fashion girl, guys, but I love Create Sim nonetheless. This, I thought, was, like, simple, fun, you know. I feel like she's very, like, in terms of fashion, she just tries to keep it pretty simple. And then this is her extra, like, for when she's working out, but it might be a little chilly out. For sleep, I gave her this gorgeous robe. I think this was from, like, the Bella Goth inspired kit, which I thought was gorgeous. I gave her this more, like, cozy little, like, sweater and shorts. That's totally something I'd wear to bed. I gave her this more, like, sweatpants, a long shirt for when it's a bit colder out. And then for her, like, sort of fun outfit, there's this. It kind of sits, I really like how it sits on this tattoo that I gave her. Which is a little hard to see. You can see it in her swimwear a bit better. But I think this is a super cute matching set. For her party wear, I kind of gave her one slightly nicer, more fancier party wear, which is this dress. I think this dress gorgeous. I love how it flows, the shape. This sort of black and white dress. I feel like this is like she's going to a business luncheon. She's gonna rub elbows with some fancy people. And then this is more like, oh, it's like a casual, like, a book club is having a fall party or something. I don't know, guys. I don't go to parties. I don't. So this is, or like she's going to like a baby shower or a sibling graduated or something along those lines. For swimwear, this is one of her swimwear outfits, which we saw her in, and she has a cute little slides, and you can see she has this sort of leafy tattoo. I was really wanting to give her something more unique, and I was thinking like a birthmark or a scar, but then I was looking through the tattoos on the gallery, and I found this one. If you made this, shout out to you. Gorgeous, gorgeous tattoo. Oh, and her first outfit, because we didn't see that, is this more sophisticated little one piece. For her hot weather outfits, I gave her this. I think this is really cute, like a super cute light. It's very flowy. It's still young, but it's not like crazy, like her tattoos hidden, you know. I gave her this dress, which is a little more mature, but again, I'm feeling like business lunch vibes. Like she's meeting with her publishers. Maybe I forgot to give her a third outfit, or maybe I accidentally added one. We're just going to ignore that, guys. And for her cold weather outfits, I gave her this really cute set. I think this is a full set, and I gave her the little, I believe that's a beret, and boots and gloves to kind of go along with it. And then she also has this sort of like sweater with a collar, low beret, gloves, boots, the whole 9 yards. And of course, Essie has a little cat named, and I apologize in advance, Ada? Who is a Singapura cat. I'm going to hide my face so you can see her traits. So Ada is a Singapura cat, which is one of the breeds from the menu. I just picked one. We are friendly, clever, and affectionate. And my kind of thing is her parents got her this cat in like high school, or maybe when she was like starting college, if she was like living at home. And when she moved out on her own, it came with her to kind of be like, you're not gonna be alone, see, you have family coming with you. So this little cat's role is basically to keep Essie company and make sure she knows, hey, you're loved, you're great, you're not alone. We're in this together as a family, you know? And Ada does not wear a collar at all. She doesn't really have any outfits. I didn't put her in any. She just looks like this. And with all that being said, let's do a tour of their apartment. I'm so excited, guys. The apartment, she is in unit 101, so she is on the main floor. The rest of the units have a layout, but they're all empty, because she's the only person living in this apartment at the time. There will be more Sims here, don't you guys worry. I just haven't made them yet. It's on my to-do list. So when you walk in, you know, this is definitely like a single person or like a couple apartment. Like it's not meant for like a huge group. So you walk in, immediately you're in the living space. There's this sort of kitchen, which is kind of tucked in this corner. I really like, I forget you can do this like corner thing with the tiles, but I think that looks super, super cool. And I was going for like very basic apartment style, you know, nothing too fancy. A little bit of room. There's a stove. She has a bowl for her cat right here. She has a little dining table in this circle, and then she has a desk with her tablet, because she is in the writing career, so she definitely needed a computer, but I wanted to give her something a little cuter than like most of the computers in this game. Her garbage can's here, and she has this little scratching post for her cat. She has a TV and a little sectional here. And on the other side of this, I did playtest. She can get over here, and the cat can get over here. She has these two cute little bookshelves. She has a litter box for her cat, and she also gave her a nice big cat tree by the window, so her cat has something to look at. She feels like the type where she loves her cat a lot, so I think she would do that. Off of the hallway behind the sectional is the bathroom. It just has a shower, a sink and a toilet. There's nothing real fancy in there. The wallpaper, just so you can see, looks like this. There is a painting on this wall. I did forget about that. On the other side, this little hallway, made kind of by the sectional, is the entrance into her bedroom. So she has a little nightstand, her bed, this little plant, and then she has another cat tree for her cat, which actually this window looks out to like the bonfire pit, which would be, I'm sure the cat will love to people watch. And then she has a little dresser over here with this cute little plant. So her apartment, I know, is really simple, but that's kind of what I was going for, given the fact, like, a lot of these Sims, I can't give everyone a super detailed house. I would die. But I feel like this looks a lot nicer than a lot of the, like, base EA stuff. And, like, a lot of the base apartments given by EA. It's I feel like it's a decent size. You know, the shape's a little weird, like, the layout can maybe be different, but I think, you know, it works. Other thing is, too, every apartment, or almost every apartment, does have a balcony. So, and her little balcony, because I did make her into gardening, she has this little hidey hole, so if her cat comes out, she has a spot to sit. She has a little bench. She has her own mini grill, and then she does have a raised garden bed and a couple hanging garden plants, because I did make one of her hobbies gardening. So in terms of her soul's journey, I have her at the 3rd level of finding purpose. I feel like, you know, she has made headway. Like, she went to college. She's kind of learning about herself. She's in her career now, her dream job, and now she's really searching for what she feels like she's meant to do with the rest of her life. Scary task. She is a level 4 writer. She's an advice columnist. She has level 4 baking, level 2 charisma, level 5 cooking, level 1 fitness, level 4 gardening, level 7 skiing, and level 6 writing. Relationships, we only really have one with our cat. I am planning to set up some friendships, but I want to put a few more people around the town before I really start working on who I think's friends with who. I feel like once we have a little more population, that will kind of be easier to establish. She has the mediator trait, the responsible trait, the good manners trait, and the emotional control trait. She does have cold acclimation, which I believe I gave her as like a reward trait, especially because she's into skiing, and I feel like she's been into it for a while. And then she is insensitive because she did not have good empathy growing up. Balance and luck isn't something too good. She did earn a language and literature degree. I did put that in her thing, and I did put in her first promotion as well and her milestones. Besides that, it's pretty standard. And if you look in degrees, she has language and literature. Lifestyle, she does have the outdoorsy lifestyle. She prefers to be outside. And she gets tense if she's inside for too long, which I think will be interesting for her to navigate while living in an apartment. Like, I always make my outdoorsy Sims have huge yards or a lot of outdoor space, so I think her just really having, like, little communal space and this little balcony off her apartment is going to be very interesting for her to navigate as she's, like, adjusting to this new way of living, if that makes sense. But with all that being said, I think that is the main introduction to Essie. Who do you think, out of everyone you've seen posted so far, who she'd be friends with, if she'd be friends with anyone? I'd love to know your thoughts. I am really thinking I am going to have Essie and Yazzie be friends. That is something I'm pretty sure is, I just haven't set it up yet, but like I said, I do want to get a few more people in the town, make it a bit more populated, so it just feels more alive. And with all that being said, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye!